everything that, Diana lived an extraordinary life. And I would imagine that whether her story, or whether she had chosen to turn her story into a work of biography or autobiography or a work of fiction, as in, changing names to protect the innocent, so to speak, her legacy could have been that life story. And yet here we are today because she decided she wanted her legacy to be her death story, and that her experience through medical assistance in dying could lead the way for so many others who have the desire to care for those who are choosing MAID. And you've said something over and over and over again that I would love for you to repeat in our time together, and that is about your how you define the courage and the bravery of your wife at that time. Could you say it again?
I will try. But to put some context around it too, I'm a disabled veteran. I went to the military academy at West Point, graduated, and I'm a Vietnam War veteran. So I know what classically is described as courage. And it's not just soldiers who go to the sound of gunfire. It's first responders, it's firemen that go to the flames. That act of personal courage. Diana, 5 years ago, having spent 5 years battling colorectal cancer, was basically told that it had returned and that she should make her final arrangements. And so she chose, and at the time we were in Florida, and it was a time when medical assistance in dying had been approved in Canada. And so she chose that we return to Canada. I have dual citizenship. She is Canadian with landed immigrant status in the States. So we returned to reestablish residence here in Canada and become eligible for MAID. And she did so. She did not fear death. She was not going to run away from it. But she did not want to suffer. And she did not want me or her family, my family, her friends to be in a prolonged period of grief and suffering as well. So we chose MAID. When we came here, we enrolled in the day program at the local hospice. And part of that was the opportunity, and you talk about legacy and that, the opportunity for her to create a legacy book, an autobiography, published, not distributed, right, but a professionally published biography, pictures and stories and whatnot. And she chose not to. She chose instead, I think, to document and work with our death doula, Marilee, to document a pathway and a support, and it is Diana's pathway of people's what they needed to know, how to go about following her trail, her lead. If that was for them, I mean, you have to make that decision, because certainly MAID and the safeguards in the MAID program make it a conscious and commitment of the individual. And she wanted to show people that it was an appropriate decision and an act of courage to follow the path.